including parents and relatives in the will, was later abrogated. This ayah contains the command to include parents and relatives in the will, which was obligatory, according to the most correct view, before the ayah about inheritance was revealed. When the ayah of inheritance was revealed, this ayah was abrogated, so fixed shares of the inheritance for deserving recipients were legislated by Allah. Therefore, deserving inheritors take their fixed inheritance without the need to be included in the will or to be reminded of the favor of the inherited person. For this reason, we see the hadith narrated in the Sunan and other books that Amr bin Kharija said, I heard Allah's Messenger saying in a speech, Inna Allaha qad a'ta kulla dhi haqqa haqqa, fala wasiyya liwarith. Imam Ahmad recorded that Muhammad bin Sirin said, Ibn Abbas recited Surah Al-Baqarah until he reached the ayah, In taraka khayran al-wasiyatu lil-walidaini wal-uqrabin. He then said, this ayah was abrogated. This was recorded by Sa'id bin Mansur and Al-Hakim in his Mustadrak Al-Hakim. Said, it is sahih according to their criteria. Ibn Abu Hatim reported that Ibn Abbas said that Allah's statement, Al-wasiyatu lil-walidaini wal-aqrabin, was abrogated by the ayah, Lil-rijali nasibun mimma taraka al-walidani wal-aqrabun, وللنساء نصيب مما ترك الوالدان والأقربون مما قل منه أو كثر نصيبا مفروضا. Ibn Abu Hatim then said, it was reported from Ibn Umar, Abu Musa, Sa'id bin Musayyib, Al-Hassan, Mujahid, Atta Sa'id bin Jubair, Muhammad bin Sirin, Ikrimah, Zayd bin Aslam, and Arabi bin Anas. Qatada, Muqatil bin Hayyan, Tawus, Ibrahim an-Nakhai, Shurayh, ad-Dahak, and az-Zuhri said that this ayah was abrogated by the ayah about the inheritors. The will for the relatives that do not qualify as inheritors. It is recommended that the remaining relatives who do not have a designated fixed share of the inheritance be willed up to a third due to the general meaning of the ayah about the will. It is recorded in the Sahihain that Ibn Umar said that Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, ما حق امرئ مسلم له شيء يوصي فيه يبيت ليلتين إلا ووصيته مكتوبة عنده. Ibn Umar commented, ever since I heard this statement from Allah's Messenger, no night has passed, but my will is kept ready with me. There are many other ayat and ahadith ordering kindness and generosity to one's relatives. The will should observe justice. The will should be fair, in that one designates a part of the inheritance to his relatives without committing injustice against his qualified inheritors and without extravagance or stinginess. It is recorded in the Sahihain that Sa'd bin Abu Waqqas said, O Allah's Messenger ﷺ, I have some money and only a daughter inherits from me. Should I will all my remaining property? He said, no. Sa'd said, then may I will half of it? He said, no. Sa'd said, 1/3. He said, yes, 1/3, yet even 1/3 is too much. It is better for you to leave your inheritors wealthy than to leave them poor, begging from others. Al-Bukhari mentioned in his Sahih that Ibn Abbas said, I recommend that people reduce the proportion of what they bequeath by will to a fourth rather than a third. For Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, Ath-thuluthu wa-thuluthu kathir. Allah's statement, فَمَنْ بَدَّلَهُ بَعْدَمَا سَمِعَهُ فَإِنَّمَا إِثْمُهُ عَلَى الَّذِينَ يُبَدِّلُونَهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ, means whoever changed the will and testament or altered it by addition or deletion, including hiding the will as is obvious, then فَإِنَّمَا إِثْمُهُ عَلَى الَّذِينَ يُبَدِّلُونَهُ. Ibn Abbas and others said, the dead person's reward will be preserved for him by Allah, while the sin is acquired by those who change the will. Inna Allaha Sami'un Alim means Allah knows what the dead person has bequeathed and what the beneficiaries have changed in the will. Allah's statement, فَمَنْ خَافَ مِنْ مُوصٍ جَنَفًا أَوْ إِثْمًا, Ibn Abbas, Abu Aliyah, Mujahid, Ad-Dah, Arabi bin Anas, and As-Sudi said, error. These errors include such cases as when the inheritor indirectly acquires more than his fair share, such as by being allocated that a certain item mentioned in the legacy be sold to him, Or, the testator might include his daughter's son in the legacy to increase his daughter's share in the inheritance, and so forth. Such errors might occur out of the kindness of the heart without thinking about the consequences of these actions, or by sinful intention.